All right, hello everyone. These are the lessons we are learning from Erin. While it is impacting more so North Carolina and areas along the East Coast, it is a reminder that a small shift in the forecast can cause a big change in the impact that will be felt there in North Carolina and the Outer Banks in particular. Tropical storm force winds are expected that could continue into Virginia and Maryland as well. Storm surge plus big waves that can result in a bigger impact than you would think. We felt that with Hannah. We also felt that even with Alberto last year. We had roughly 3-foot storm surge, but we had some larger waves from Alberto that allowed for the water to be a little bit more impactful, especially for folks that live on the water and in the islands, on the islands. Rip currents and dangerous surf conditions can happen when the center of the storm is hundreds of miles away, and I think that is the biggest takeaway from Erin, is that we've got to be prepared for rough rip currents. If there is a storm in the Gulf, obviously, Erin, not in the Gulf, but creating that big impact along the East Coast. Erin has weakened this morning. It is now a Category 2 hurricane with winds at 105 miles per hour. Those gusts around 125 miles per hour. The wind is moving northwest at 9 miles per hour. The storm itself, not the wind, is moving northwest at 9 miles per hour. It is 650 miles southwest of Bermuda this morning. This is as of the latest update that was released at 10 a.m. I'm Meteorologist Carly Smith. Thank you so much for joining this live update. The current time is 10:05 a.m. and we are tracking the tropics. These are my tropical thoughts that we just went through. And we've also got some time to talk about the rain that we are anticipating in the coastal bend. But for now, just a reminder, Category 2 storm, the latest update. So the newest cone does keep Erin at Category 2 as it does approach the East Coast, particularly the North Carolina coast. That's the Outer Banks kind of at the risk of some of the worst conditions from this storm. Look how high the surf gets. This is even for areas, this is going to create a really strong downshore wind, which can enhance things such as coastal flooding, how far up the tide and the currents and the waves are making it, because there is Coriolis effect also that will push the water to the right of the wind. And so that's something we will be seeing across areas like South Carolina and even Georgia and even along the coast there of Florida. As this continues north, we're talking 20-foot swells possible at the Outer Banks on top of the risk of 4-foot storm surge. As the storm moves away, we're still talking strong rip current risk. The period is still going to be very long across the East Coast over the weekend. And so anyone headed to the beach this weekend should continue to use caution, even though the center of that storm far away. Now, what you may have noticed, the Gulf, it's still running flat conditions for the Gulf. We're not tracking any tropical activity into the Gulf, especially over the next 7 days. Tropical wave Invest 99L is something worth watching. I do think the other tropical wave with a medium chance of developing, while there is convection further south, that's worth keeping an eye on. Overall, the center of that system where the most storm energy is expected to follow a similar path to Erin and likely stay fairly weak because Erin has taken a lot of the energy in order to get up to Category 5. It's taken a lot of energy in that region of the Atlantic Ocean. So what we do have is Invest 99L is the newest wave to emerge off the coast of Africa. The National Hurricane Center investigating this wave. A lot of the guidance does suggest it kind of weakens as it moves across the Atlantic. However, something to note about this one is a lot of the forecast models keeping it a little further south. So the further south it goes, it may not be able to tap into those steering winds around the high pressure that's been hanging out in the Atlantic quite as well as our other storms have, like Erin and the one to follow. So the first circle, that is the Invest, or not the Invest, that's the tropical wave with a medium chance of developing. The second circle is the one that I expect to weaken based on this guidance. And then there is a third one to emerge off the coast of Africa that will be worth watching. But so far, in the extended period, in the accurate forecast time frame, nothing is making it into the Gulf. So what we are tracking though are scattered storms, so keep the rain gear handy. Unsettled weather pattern because we're riding along the edge of a ridge or an area of high pressure, and so that's going to take the storm activity that's over Houston right now southwest into the coastal bend. So this is your current radar imagery. That energy or radar imagery, those storms that are moving now into more so the Victoria Crossroads region are going to be making their way into the coastal bend. And so here's the latest high resolution rapid refresh model that's going to track those storms into Victoria, but weaken them with more activity picking up along the coast. Now, I don't know if I totally agree with this model, to be honest, but I do think that we see storms developing in the coastal bend, especially with the help of sea breeze as we head into the afternoon. The timing of the energy, the upper level energy from these storms over Houston and the sea breeze likely will intensify our storm chances. So about 2-3 p.m. we could be dealing with some strong storms. I don't think the wind gusts get much stronger than 40 miles per hour, which can cause hazards out at sea pretty easily, but inland 60 miles per hour is severe thunderstorm warnings, so warnings would be issued at 60 miles per hour. I don't see that in the forecast, but that is something to keep in mind. Without a storm, our winds are very calm today, very calm. And again, this is scattered activity. It's not going to impact everyone. And so we're talking about this if you are watching and you do not live in the coastal bend. I am a local meteorologist in Corpus Christi, and so this is the area we really focus on in South Texas, and that also includes Mustang Island and Padre Island, especially when it comes to the tropics. But you do see Houston seeing still some decent storm energy. So those other colors on the map, that is our surface-based energy, and the surface-based energy really weakens as the sun sets for the coastal bend, so I don't expect any storm activity past the sunset really, and if we do have any storms, they're going to weaken. So here's the upper level energy, so that deep red, you see it moving through the coastal bend right there between noon and roughly 4 p.m. this afternoon. Again, into Wednesday morning, we still have some upper level energy, but we don't have as much surface-based energy, so I don't think we see much in the way of storms. There is a cold front, yes, that is going to move into the region. All I see that really doing is helping us keep some rain chances in the area. It's not going to drop temperatures much at all. It's not worth getting excited about, but it does keep us with a chance of rain. I think it stalls more so somewhere between San Antonio and Corpus Christi, so you do see a slightly higher chance of rain for areas to our north. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Chance of rain today, chance of rain Thursday, Friday, Wednesday. We see less storm energy, so I think our rain chances trend down. It's still pretty hot outside, and with that weak front interacting with the area, keeping us fairly cloudy and with some scattered. Again, this is no day in the 7-day is a guarantee of rainfall, but what it is a chance of rainfall. And so hit and miss showers means some people could see no rain, some people could see some higher end rainfall totals. It's impossible to nail down exactly where that happens, and we'll see more sunshine heading into next week. That's going to do it for this live update. Thank you so much for joining. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We are signing off.